And are you refreshed? Yes. Good. Now what? All the way to the back. Wait. Sometimes we point over there and they come from over there.
I think the question that I have around the grid conversation that we were talking about,
yes,
is I get the idea of moving generally when specifics overwhelm me, but I keep getting challenged to come back to the specifics.
Yes.
And sometimes I feel that if I stay too general, I'm deliberately creating procrastination, not really trying to get at what I want in the grid. And so I push myself when I know it's wrong, or not wrong, but more challenging. And I have a hard time balancing that and don't know any. Then I think I start perseverating about what's I'm not doing well, and I get caught in that cycle of...
Well, it's momentum, isn't it? It's momentum. And so what you're saying is, it's like watching a child running and you're pretty sure that he's going to hit the wall because you're pretty sure he can't stop in time.
Right.
And it's sort of like that. There is an inertia or a momentum that is bringing more and more. And you're right. It isn't the easiest thing to stop that momentum. But consider this. At the heart of everything you want is, I think I will feel better in having it. So you're not contradicting anything by going general. You're just purifying your vibration by going general. And in doing so, you're making available to yourself more of the non-physical energy that has already been available to you, but that you're blocking with your action. In other words, let's start in another place. Inspired action is momentum too. So if you start out with a general grid that feels good, and you don't contradict it with other thoughts that contradict it, there's going to become momentum. So we're not talking here about being specific as in action and being general as with just thinking and feeling. This isn't the conversation that we're having, one or the other. The conversation we're having is, can I be general and then specific about things that feel really good to me? And the answer is yes, you can be general and then specific. In other words, you're going to be inspired to a lot of action. So maybe it will help you to just say to yourself, action when I haven't tended to my grid. It's like the foundation is wobbly and it's probably not going to turn out very well without really, really, really a lot of effort. So maybe I'm just going to ratchet it back a little bit and find my center. As you listen to us here, you're going to recognize all kinds of things that you've heard from us and other teachers about centering yourself or coming into alignment or get into the vortex, and then it's really about that. Now we know that when there is momentum going, that most of you can't just stop what you're doing. You can't just stop being a parent or stop being an employer or stop being an employee. You just can't stop the action of your life. You can't stop it. There's momentum going. People expect things of you and you expect things of yourself. So you can't all of a sudden just stop. But you can remember that the reason that you're doing it to begin with is because you think you will feel better in the having of it. And maybe you can just conjure a little more of feeling better of it now just by slowing it all down a little bit. And it might help you to get back into balance. Also, we think it's really helpful to acknowledge that in every moment you get to choose what your basis or grid is. And we're not kidding you. If you could just all of a sudden cease the thought that has got you out of alignment and replace it with a thought that will put you into alignment. Now, is that possible knowing what you know about law of attraction? If there is a momentum going, does law of attraction say that you can just on a dime stop and think a different thought? No, you can't do that. So what we're suggesting that you do is think the same thought in a more general way. It's the reason that we teach meditation. It's the reason that parents try to distract their children when they're moving towards something unwanted. It's all about focus. And you have the ability to focus your mind. And so this is an absolute statement. Law of attraction is responding to the vibration that you're offering. This is another true statement. It's logical for your vibration that you're offering in the next moment to be pretty much like the vibration that you're offering in this moment, because there is a momentum and there is a law of attraction thing going on. But you have a gigantic, powerful grid of well-being that you do have the ability to step into anytime you choose. And since it is all about focus, you can focus wherever you decide to focus. Our friend earlier was talking about big contrast and what it provides. Well, big contrast makes you want big things. And sometimes things have to get pretty uncomfortable before you decide that you do have the ability to focus. As long as it's just sort of bothering you, you just usually don't try as much to focus. So if this conversation is about focus rather than action, we think that no matter what you're doing, you have the ability to focus it into greater ease. Let's talk about something specific if you want to.